A revolution was beginning. It was based on helping people build their brands and teams, but it became so much more.
Years. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 2003, I intend to start a business that's marketing and public relations, predominantly for nonprofit, which is very interesting because we made that move, which we'll talk about. But it was really based on need. And I always wanted to open my own business. I knew it was going to be something with marketing, like fundraising, public relations. And I started bringing in people. I started taking on more clients. At one time, 12 full-time staff and 42 clients.
Catherine and the Miracle Resources consultants have trained over 100,000 professionals to build their brand, team, and revenue, secured $4 million in free publicity for corporations and nonprofits, created advertising marketing campaigns that increased revenue for more than 100 businesses. Catherine has been a speaker for over 1,000 audiences across the country and has raised over $30 million for 10 nonprofits. Throughout Miracle Resources' journey, there were pivotal moments where decisions needed to be made.
Then the major shift, 2007, 2008, and this goes to your question, Sarah, about the tough times in the business. 2007, 2008, the economy tanks. Remember, 90% of our clients were nonprofit, 10% were corporate. So when we get the call that they've lost funding because, 2007, 2008, so many businesses tanked, so many people lost their jobs. So I had to make payroll. And I will never forget this because payroll was in 4 days and we had some clients that hadn't paid us. And because of what they were going through, I made that personal payment to make sure that we made payroll. And you're kind of grieving. And yes, I did go to the park and cry because I knew I would have to put these 12 employees into freelance positions. My competitors are calling me while I'm in the park crying and saying that they're closing. Can I take their people? Because they wanted their people to have jobs. And I said, well, I'm staying open. I said, I'm going to talk with your people. I am going to need more freelancers. So we expand our freelancer movement, but strategically the best thing that I did. And again, this was as I was entering my MBA courses. We flipped from 90% corporate and 10% nonprofit. So we made the flip to 90% corporate, 10% nonprofit from the earlier switch. Why that was pivotal during the pandemic, that client base that we have still needed us. They just needed us with Teams and Zoom. We expanded.
Catherine and her team developed a program that got to the core of the real problem, a program that builds your brand from the inside out.
Because when people have a great external, but their team is not working well internally, it hurts the revenue. So we start that second brand plus team equals revenue. And again, with the 90% of our clients being corporate and then all of our freelancers were in a better financial position when 2020 hits the pandemic, right? And we move everybody.
Catherine has given over 1,000 speeches, including keynotes and commencements.
Now, the corporate concierge, the communication concierge, the third brand of Miracle Resources, that's really my public speaking business. We were already on Teams and Zoom. We had most of our clients were 50% because we work with clients who have divisions all over the country. So we really moved into that easily. So in 2020, it was easy for us to continue the work in marketing, public relations, the training, the second brand plus team equals revenue. And of course, my speaking, that communication concierge, which is Miracle Resources Media. And that is surrounded by all of the content from the 20 years of business. So people can use it, they can access it much more easily. But we're also expanding into docuseries. We're doing some really cool creative with that YouTube channel. And a leadership series, which I'm really proud of because sharing the mentors that I have and their leadership skills is such a huge asset to everyone who watches those videos or listens to our podcast, which our podcast is Inquisitive, Your Miracle Resource.
Inquisitive, Your Miracle Resource, the podcast, hosted by Catherine Miracle and Sarah Russin, features stories about toxic workplaces and solutions to your workplace. Catherine Miracle has written several books, including Discovering Your Dawn. Only when you find your dawn can you unlock your true potential, based on a true story. She has also written Your Strategic Personal Brand, The Truth and the Lies, and more recently, Inquisitive Culture, Your Secret Weapon to Surviving Today's Workplace Culture and Changing It. You might recognize me as the voice and host of Inquisitive, Your Miracle Resource, the podcast. My name's Sarah Russin, and I've worked with Catherine for this year will be 10 years. I started at Miracle Resources in 2013 as an intern, and I'm currently social media operations and creative director. Catherine, as a mentor and leader, has been wonderful. She really makes you feel like you can stand out amongst the crowd and really gives you the confidence. Working alongside her and working with her has been the most fun and inspired I've been. I can't wait to see what the future holds of Miracle Resources.
So all of these things coming together in 20 years were all based on need. So Miracle Resources is always going to be the company with our team of freelancers and trainers that really looks at, okay, what's a need and how can we fill it?
Thank you for coming on this journey with us today as we explored Miracle Resources and the 20 years of building your culture, brand, team, and revenue.